Hi guys, I'm Marcelo Alonso, and we are back with Brazilian Connection, straight from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. And today we are talking to my friend straight from California, Huntington Beach, Master Rafael Cordeiro. Welcome back.
Hey Marcelo, what's up, my brother? I'm glad to talk with you, my friend. After a long time, I just back from Abu Dhabi, where I have a great experience, brother.
Yeah, please tell us about that. How crazy was the bubble and everything UFC did? They made a parallel world.
They made it. Was great. Was amazing experience. Then you have the way they treat all fighters, all stuff, all coaches. So they have a special fly, you know. So was something they start over here in the United States. We spent 2 days in quarantine, doing quarantine. After I travel to Abu Dhabi, 2 more days there in the room, and then you have confirmation, okay, you guys, if test negative, you guys can start training. So, and then I met Fabricio 1 week after. I have to explain it exactly the same way because I was testing, but Fabricio knows. So 2 days Fabricio in the room, training just with Professor Ricardo. Was crazy, but at the same way, UFC was thinking about us when they did that. So zero case of COVID. So it was great. So the show must be gone. So UFC made everything perfect. Not just for us fighter, but for all of us. All of us. They closed the island, a little piece of the island, just half island. They closed, but nobody in the street, just people that work for UFC. To go there, we have to have your own certification, your own ID. That's it. If not, move away from here. The army was there, protect everybody. So nobody can go in, nobody can go out. You have to stay on the island.
Crazy. Rafael, you had 100% of wins. You have Werdum beating Gustafsson, and you have Shogun beating Rogério Minotauro. Tell us about that experience. I felt you really moved about Werdum when he won. Tell us about that.
Was a great experience. When I talk about Fabricio, you know, I know this guy for 13 years. We worked together for 13 years. Everything started in Curitiba in 2007 at Chute Boxe gym. And after 7 months, I moved to the United States, and a little bit further, Fabricio moved as well. So he followed me here with his family. He made his name in the United States. We make his name together. Fabricio was one of the first students to move and follow me to this amazing journey. He trusts what I was talking about. He saw my vision. Like, I'm gonna follow this guy. I can see what he does. I can see what he talk about. And then he followed me, and man, it was like I like to say it was like a marriage. And then when I saw him beat Gustafsson, everything came to my heart. Everything came to my mind. I said, man, we have a history, man. This guy came as a champ and leave the show as a champ.
And how do you see his future in the sport?
Fabricio is still, as everybody saw, he's still on his prime. His jiu-jitsu is still on his prime. He just beat Gustafsson, the guy he made 9 rounds with John Jones. With Fabricio was half round. So with no disrespect, with John Jones, nobody, but Fabricio showed a different level of the fighting during this fight. We knew it when he lost the last one, was at the time then was 2 years out, 2 years without fight. So the pandemic came, and then he could have trained with us. He spent 45 days in the mountain. There's no excuse. We don't like to bring manual here. It's not about skills, you know, not about that. We lost, but let's prove in the different ways. Let's prove that we can do. You prove, you know, with different circumstances. Back to the gym, he's sparring with all my guys in the gym, with Marvin, with Benny, with the small, big guys. It doesn't matter. He's sparring again. So he made it. Training with Cobrinha every single day. This victory, for sure, Cobrinha has a lot of responsibility for this victory, 100%. Fabricio and Cobrinha trained together for years and years and years. Felipe is always there with them. Babalu, Professor Ricardo, Bahal helped us a lot. Not just with his techniques, but with his cardio. So he put Fabricio in different pressure. He put pressure over Fabricio all the time when they train, which means good. The fighter can feel comfortable. You have to feel comfortable in uncomfortable positions. And these guys can put Fabricio in different positions all the time. So I'm glad. our team make a great job. And what is take somebody really good, ready to go, and put him inside the octagon. For me, it's his job. He's ready to do exactly what we plan to do.
I see. What about Shogun? What do you expect from him from now on? He said he may fight once or twice again. He already talked about the possibility of face Paul Craig again, another rematch.
I believe it's going to be good. Yeah, I can see this fight again. Was the first fight, as everybody saw, was I believe Shogun beat him, but you know, the judge unfortunately saw a different fight. I believe that the fight makes sense now to do is this fight. The guy wants to fight against Shogun again. Probably they're gonna do it in the future, 100%. If Shogun wants, and this guy wants, why not? So let's make this fight happen. For sure, Dana will make this fight happen. And I don't know where, when. Yeah, it's so crazy. Everything inside the UFC now is so crazy. We never know when we're gonna fight or not. It's not because UFC don't know, but they don't know where they're gonna say, okay, you guys are allowed to do something here. We don't know. So what do we know? For sure, they're gonna fight soon.
What about Marvin Vettori? Your students doing a great job in UFC. How do you see this guy in the middleweight division? He even challenged Anderson Silva. And
I know this kid is crazy, man.
Ronaldo Jacaré.
I have my Diaz. I have my Diaz. I have my boy Marvin Vettori. Man, it's crazy, dude. But this is his personality. You know, I don't like to challenge nobody, but this comes from his heart, and he wants to fight. So, with all respect, I say, Marvin, don't say just please respect all those guys, though, because don't come from Kings and me spirits to say challenge people. But this is Marvin way. I can't remove this from him. This is the way he wants to promote his fights. So let him do what he thinks is good for him. I want to be by his side, my student, and this is the way he likes to promote fights. And let's do it. He wants to fight. Probably want to fight against somebody. 205 next fight. We don't know yet. I know, but I'll let the guy sign first. But it's going to be a good fight. Really good fight.
Great. And this guy is evolving a lot, huh, Rafael? He's training a lot with Werdum, Gastelum. He's really incredible the way he's evolving in the ground, the stand up.
Mm-hmm. He likes to train hard. He trained hard with Benil that he used to. And so Benny, Fabricio, Bahal, like I say, Bahal came to help a lot. And the guys take a lot of knowledge from that. And for me, it's perfect because I have my guys ready to fight, not just stand up, but Florida with 100% techniques. Come from all over the place. Come from Cobrinha, come from Barral. So I'm blessed, man, with my team. I'm blessed with my team.
What about Mike Tyson, Rafael? Now we know about the fight itself. It's going to be September 12th, if I'm not wrong. They are going to use big gloves, and it will be 8 rounds. And also they said knockout will be not allowed. How do you see that happening? I remember the last time we talked, you said you just see Mike Tyson trying to take each other head.
Yeah, I don't know. The way Mike trained, I don't believe this fight goes to the end. with all due respect, I believe I'm a big fan of Roy Jones. So as everybody, if you say that I don't like John Jones, Roy Jones, you have some problem because he's good, man. He's different level, like Tyson. So it's gonna be a great fight. Two champs, 2 guys that make history inside boxing, and I look forward for this fight. I'm glad to be by Mike in the journey about his back, the way he's back to train, and I'm excited to be by his side in the corner and see this fight really close. So it's going to be something unforgettable, and I'm glad to be part of this team.
Rafael, how you bring sparrings for him from Kings MMA too, like those guys? I remember I was talking to Werdum, very funny. He said, man, if Rafael call me, I'm going to play the crazy guy and not attend the phone. I'm not here to make sparring with Mike Tyson. What about the other guys? You can get some guys from Kings MMA to
so I'm gonna bring my guys. I want to bring Marvin. I want to bring Kelvin to help. I'm gonna bring Arthur. Arthur is the future. Is kid for sure. He just won an LFA. I believe in the future he's going to be in FC 100%. One more fight, going to fight in FC. And I will bring my guys to have experience to spar with Mike. So they're going to help Mike as well. But they're going to figure for sure professional boxers. So we have a coach, Billy, one of us, helped Mike for 30 years. He worked with Mike for 30 years, and he helped during the camp too. Just me, him, but Billy will figure who is gonna bring to spar with Mike. But for sure, it's gonna be guys from boxing and my guys from here. And then we know how to train. I don't want to put guys there and then, got hurt, make Mike got hurt. It's gonna be a tough fight. Tough fight means you're gonna shake with those. You're gonna make with a lot of people. Gonna make a lot of money with this fight. They can mess and bring somebody crazy and do just to test himself. I'm gonna spar with Mike. Gonna test myself. No. We have to do something smart. You have to be start smart. It's going through. For sure, in the end of the camp, it's still smart. So we're almost there. We have maybe 4 more weeks, something like that. Six weeks, I think. But he's gonna be prepared for that. Cardio already done. Does very, very well. A lot of rounds. And Marcelo, I can tell this guy is different level. The way he hit, the way he moved, and the experience that I have to train with him, to see the history. The history talk for himself. But I saw in front of me. I can see every time when I go there, the history talk. It's true when he say the things happen. When one time I was with Ali, he talk about a history, something you want to read. Okay, Mike say that. No, he say, this that happened. I learned a lot from Ali, all the lessons that he have for Casdamato. This is the history for me, and what experience, Mark. What experience, Marcelo. And I have God was so good with me, and I have a pleasure to teach for all my idols. Since the MMA, Vanderlei Silva, Shogun, Anderson, Pelé, Werdum, Rafael dos Anjos, Benny, agora o Arthur, I speak Portuguese, now Arthur. So I saw all those guys. So I have a pleasure to work now Mike Tyson. God is good with me. And Chris Cyborg too. God is good with me, man.
Rafael, tell us about, I saw you had a great experience with him in Bahamas. I follow you on the Instagram. I saw a very nice video. You guys dove with sharks. How was that? Tell Sherdog people, how was that experience?
It was a great experience. So it's going to be in the end of August, I think the beginning of summer. So Shark Week. So Shark Week in Bahamas, Mike against Jaws. It's going to be crazy, Mike, he faced his fears. And as everybody knows, he has a little bit fear about sharks, and he faced the sharks. It was an amazing experience, man. And I saw a different Mike there. He fight against himself. And in the end of the day, he fight against the shark. People gonna love. People gonna love. It's gonna be amazing. So I think it's the end of August on Discovery Channel. People can miss. It's gonna be amazing.
Rafael, thanks a lot for the interview.
For sure. Thank you again, Marcelo. Thank you, Sherdog. Thank you for everything, Marcelo. Like I said, thank you for everything you have done for us, for the sport. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, my friend.